all of this happened without free will.
I mean, if you want to talk about,
The virus.
absolute truth or reality,
Yeah, that's why I
you
base.
can go to physics.
That's why I base my. And we don't
You know,
know.
if you throw something up, it's gonna come down. I
Yeah,
mean,
and
that's absolute truth.
but there's a lot of physics that still needs to be discovered and invented. That's the beauty of it. Like
Yeah.
physics, most physics breaks down at very, very small scale, like the atomic scale. The laws of physics stop working and start working in weird ways, and people have been trying to crack that code. I assume that we'll eventually know more and be able to. But there's a certain, the,
Can't just crack
right.
code.
There's uncertainty built into the system, and that's what you get when you start. You have like the wave function of the particle. If I hope I'm saying this
Yeah,
correctly,
but
but anyway,
I understand what you're saying. I mean, you're going deep, my friend.
deep, deep off the deep end. But going back to the deterministic nature of reality, if you think that, everything is just an interaction between everything else, us being here is
I
a
don't.
product
I
of a
think
trillion of interactions.
I see reality as potential, as possibility. And it all depends on our individual choices and our.
You don't. I'm not
That's what I'm
getting.
saying. Like you
I'm not explaining myself right. You see that,
yeah,
but
but there's an ocean of choices that you can
but
pick.
is there? Is
It's
there though, or is that an
it's
illusion?
there, but
Or you just chose to say that right now because it was the thing that was supposed to be chosen according to whatever predisposition you already had in your brain, which was then determined by a bunch of atoms smashing together. That is the true pickle.
yeah, but there's an element of choice,
Well, that's your belief
an
system.
element of,
It might be an illusion. We might all be wrong.
let's say, you've heard a phrase, um let's say, I'm thinking in Portuguese, but you can't really help people that don't want to help themselves. You can really help people that don't choose to get help.
We're talking about different levels. Even the choice,
Do you think, like, what's motivating that person that is in trouble
chemistry,
not to want
chemistry,
to get help or to get out of the way,
chemistry.
get out of the place that they are? I think it's what's the word, voluntary choices. You're putting yourself in certain situations voluntarily. You're voluntarily choosing to go somewhere or do something, or uh, um, that is going to generate a response, that's going to generate a result. But I think ultimately, I don't know if that choice that you made in the first place was already predetermined by something external, or something that is already predetermined inside of my system. Because every time you put yourself voluntarily into difficult situations, let's say, or you start learning a new ability, you literally create a new nervous circuit in your brain that wasn't there before. But it's almost
Chemistry.
like it's almost like magic. It just
It's
create.
not magic, it's physics.
It's
It's
physical. Well,
biology.
okay, yeah. I mean, sure.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
No, no, but yeah, I agree with you. I don't think it's. I mean, I don't think it's like a. I don't think it's like magic. You don't learn things by um a wave of a wand, like in Harry Potter. You don't say the magical word and boom. I think it's a process, and but I think there is like the element of choice, the element of voluntarily choosing to do something, to act certain way. I think that belongs to the individual, and only to the individual. And I think that's a very unique ability. If you look at the animal kingdom, if you add the humankind to animal kingdom, then you could say that human beings are the only animals that have that capability
What capability? I'm sorry.
The capability of voluntarily putting yourself in a difficult situation or in a challenging situation, or voluntarily s- learn, um, start a new activity or learn something, you know, because you understand the benefits of it. You
I think you're
understand.
comparing apples to oranges. There's not a lot of animals on this planet that just live for the pleasure of living because they can't afford that. Like they have to think where their next meal is going to be. They have to like fight off predators. Like that's a sphere of existence that only belongs to the people who have sort of like the people to the animals who have dominated their environment. They can like if
Yeah, but they
because if
don't
you
know
didn't have
that.
those things, sure, but if you didn't have those things, if we go, let's go back a million years and there's no society and we need to go hunt.
I think they
We're not
discover new systems by
you
osmosis or by luck. I don't think, or by observation too. But I don't think they're like, oh, if I do this or I do that, I can get a better result. I think
Of course there is. Like that's how the wheel was invented,
no, no,
you know.
no, animals.
Well, that is animals teach. That's the thing, like one
They
of
teach,
the
yeah, yeah. But I think the discovery of those, let's say, a hunting technique.
exactly. That's a
s-
great example.
Yeah, I think that is discovered accidentally. I don't think they were able to read the environment and think, okay, oh, if I go this way, then my hunting is going to be more effective,
Of
or
course they
if I
do.
go around, I'm gonna, I think it's a process of,
But so is every discovery. Like you can't guarantee the outcome when you try something to
but
do.
it's not a sophisticated analysis
Sure,
of the
because it's a
environment.
simple problem to a
I
simple.
think it was discovered by accident, and then
Everything is discovered by accident,
yes, but
right?
yes,
If
yes,
if you
but
already knew
I'm
you were gonna
saying
discover it, then kind of you already knew the outcome
yes,
to
but
begin with.
the processes
Processes.
that
Processi.
that the humankind use, it's been always much more sophisticated, because we are the only ones who have that
Well,
ability
we reached
to.
the level of sophistication. Yeah, sure, I'll give you that.
Yeah,
But it's still like the process of
where does that
discovery.
come
It's
from? It was it accidental
no, it was
opposing
like it
thumbs, or
was it was yeah. I mean, monkeys have opposing thumbs.
protein in the brain, or
Primates have opposing thumbs. Like look at two skeletons. Like the other day I was in this high school because I sometimes do some gigs
oh,
there.
koalas have opposing thumbs.
and and
Koalas,
and
yeah,
the resemblance of the primate skeleton to the human skeleton is uncanny. It's when you strip down all of this
for sure.
and you're down to the bone, man. How can you say they're not cousins? But all
Yeah,
of this
yeah,
was just a sort of a thought experiment. Like I think even physics, quantum physics, disagrees with determinism because of this whole uncertainty of the position and the fact that you can't predict both the velocity and direction of the electron. Therefore, you can't really predict how things are gonna. And you have like this map of probability down to the quantum physics. That's where sort of like standard classical physics break
yeah.
down, blah blah blah. So I was just taking you on a ride about determinism and about knowing all of these, because if you take simpler problems like movement problems and you know if you have a mass and you hit it with a certain force, it's going to move x amount. So think about these masses as atoms and how atoms interact. There's fields, you have electrons and there's like magnetic strength, I guess in English you'd say magnetic fields, and there's magnetic interactions, and then there's positive protons, and you have the electrons, and everything wants to find the state of least energy, more stability, and that's what the universe tends to,
Right.
the what's it called,
Uh,
state of least excitement. So things tend to cool down.
okay,
It's
so
also
let's simplify this conversation a little bit.
no, we can move on, but
No, no, I'm thinking, okay, we're comparing humans to animals,
we're comparing
and how those
apples with
systems.
oranges, actually.
Okay,
Because when you're saying, "Oh, how society organizes and how animals organize," it's different problems. It's like
yeah, but
the
I mean,
day in
we're in
day
a
out.
much more sophisticated
Sure, we have
level,
two
and
million years
I don't
of
think that was,
divergent evolution in
and I
our
don't think
brain,
that's
and
so accidental, like you're saying. That's
it
so
is.
I
I
want to.
mean,
I
it
don't think it
is.
is. I don't think it is. I'll give you an example. I would love to be there when man discovered fire.
What do you mean, man? Discover fire? Like,
Yeah.
fires happen naturally.
So animals have seen fire before,
Mhm.
right? And I
You mean men control fire?
I mean,
guess.
yes, we were able to control it.
Some birds
I don't
actually.
really know no, don't tell me that animals can manipulate fire.
Yeah, actually, I just learned about this bird the other day who sets, when there's storms like fire, like dry weather, and there's like they would grab smoking hot twigs and would drop them in other places, so they will actually start fires. So they would drive the wildlife out, so they could hunt them in like a place where there's not.
Well, I mean, that's different than manipulating fire.
How different? They literally grab fire, use fire to burn a thing, so they can get food out.
Okay.
What's
well,
the difference between that and the original use of fire? When
do they make a fireplace?
But you're talking about, they made this huge fireplace called the forest fire. I
Yeah,
think this
but
is a bird in Australia. By
Yeah,
the
but
way.
they don't have the ability to manipulate fire if they wanted to.
You mean create fire? Like
create or not
grab,
even create, but
rub
like
two stones into
yeah,
like a.
or use fire in a way that it would help them develop the, let's say, the structures of which they live in, like they didn't use fire to create other elements, or not elements, but other artifacts or other items. Like we manipulate fire
You
to an
make
extent,
a huge jump in
but
time.
still, that's the ability that I'm talking about. It's like,
Today.
yeah, but
But
like
what happens when they did invent
every
fire?
other
They
animal
went straight
has,
into the Bronze Age.
besides the whales and the fish and the dolphins, every other animal has seen fire, had seen that phenomena, like, and no other animal was able to get that fire and manipulate it,
Except for
and
these
use
birds,
it
apparently.
and use it to its favor. So that's the difference, that's the gap that I say, like, between human beings and animals. Like we are sophisticated beings. We are sophisticated to a point where we're able to manipulate that
Sure.
and use it to our favor in order to build a whole civilization,
Sure,
to build
eventually.
new technology,
Absolutely.
to understand science better, to create things, to
Of
invent.
course.
So that's my point.
And my point is
that our brain is much more sophisticated than any other animal out there.
Sure. And my point is, we all came from the same place.
Okay.
That's all it is. Hello, everybody, and thank you for watching until the end. This has been Woke Wars, and I hope you liked our conversation. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, and drop a comment down below. Tell us what you'd like to hear us talk about next. Also, check out some of our other episodes. We post every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We will see you on the next one.